What's going on, great people? This is Terrell Harris from the Open Box, and I wanted to talk to you quick about this Lamar Odom situation. So first, prayers go out to Lamar Odom. Really hoping that he pulls through. For those you don't know, he was found at a bunny ranch, and they think he potentially may have overdosed on cocaine and also may have been taking some other herbal supplements. And for those of you that don't know what a bunny ranch is, it's for lack of better terms that I really can't think of. It's probably like a legal whorehouse, I guess, in some states. It may not necessarily be considered prostitution, but anyway. So, according to reports I've seen on CNN and other news stations, Lamar Odom spent roughly $75,000 for 2 weeks. He was given two females, and he was just really trying to escape his circumstances. So, what's troubling about this story is, first, I think looking at reality shows, television, and how we treat celebrities, oftentimes we put these celebrities on a platform and a pedestal, and then we like to see, or a lot of people are drawn to see tragedy. So, I remember seeing, keeping up with the Kardashians a few times, and Lamar and Chloe. People like to see people hurting, and it's crazy because, companies like Viacom and all these other companies that display some celebrities in a negative light, they get paid millions of dollars because we tune in to see tragic stories. Oftentimes in reality television, we don't see good stories, or we don't see good reality TV. We see fights, we see a lot of cursing, we see a lot of craziness, and we're drawn to it. So I think it tends to hurt people because I remember seeing Lamar Odom saying, the media doesn't leave him alone, and that they're contributing to some of his problems, and he didn't do anything. So it's crazy because we're not necessarily to blame for what he's going through, but I think we tend to add fuel to the fire by making these tragic stories popular. So another thing that concerns me about this particular issue is that I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because you don't know what's true on television. You don't know what's true in the news. But I'm wondering about his particular circle of friends around him. I know his best friend had passed away from a drug overdose. And I'm just wondering, did people give up on him? Because it was clear to a lot of individuals that he had been struggling with a problem with drugs. I think it ran in his family. His father had drug issue problems, and I think he had some substance abuse issues in the past. So my question is, where exactly were Lamar's close friends and family? Were they around, or did he push them away? But even if they did push him away, I think one of the things I want to point out is, in these situations where we have families and we have friends, or those who are close to us who may be struggling with substance abuse habits, although they may push us away, I think the main thing here is you never want to give up on them, because they could find themselves in some pretty bad situations. And ultimately, when these individuals who may have drug issues or substance abuse issues, they're not necessarily in a place where they may be able to accept help, but that doesn't mean they don't need it. So I would say, for anybody out there who has family and who has friends that may be struggling with substance abuse, don't give up on them, because you never know, a wrong turn here and there, and they may end up not with us anymore. So I just wanted to share that, because it's just troubling to see somebody, and I've met him, like I said, I've met him one time before. He seemed like a pretty cool individual. So it's troubling to see somebody actually go through all of this in front of our eyes. Some people are entertained by it. I think it's kind of crazy because you see people make fun of it. You see people call him, a crackhead and stuff like that. But ultimately, we potentially could, and I hope this doesn't. I hope and pray this doesn't happen. But we can lose another life. We've seen it with Whitney Houston. We've seen it with Michael Jackson. We've seen it with Bobby Christina. So I would say, for those of us who have individuals who may be struggling with substance abuse, please don't give up on them. Even if they push you away or try to distance themselves, please continue to check in on them, and try to figure out a way to get them help. And for those of us right now, I would say you really need to start paying attention to the circles you have around you. You don't want a bunch of yes men and a bunch of people who are going to say yes to everything you do. So I would say get those people in your life who are not going to be afraid to tell you, hey, you're doing wrong or you're going down the wrong path. Because although we may not like it at times, those are the individuals that are going to keep us safe because they have, they have their hearts and best interests out for us. And they will, guide us or put us on the right path when we're not doing things right. So even though we may not like that tough love sometimes, or we may not want people in our business like that at times, you still have to have people in your circles that will challenge you and ultimately want to see you do your best. That's it. Share your thoughts below. I want to know what you're thinking about the Lamar Odom situation. Peace and blessings. You guys have a good one.